Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. We are just taking a quick look at Verasity here, and as we can see, looking like we are still kind of chopping sideways and having a bit of a consolidation, maybe a little bit of a retracement here. Obviously we've been having some very super bullish momentum for Verasity at the minute. Obviously from this chart we can clearly see just how bullish it has been, especially when we look at the volume. The volume absolutely exploded here. If we just take a look at the bottom of the chart, you can see, you know, trickling to the downside throughout this bear market, heading down. You know, generally speaking, once we got to this kind of area here and everyone was getting quite exhausted, the volume was really starting to dip off in this area, as you can see. Going into the holiday period here, very low volume, and then all of a sudden going into the new year, the huge explosion, breaking through multiple resistances, breaking through this resistance of this range that we did form down here, smashing through this area of resistance at this orange line, which was this previous swing high here, which could have been support. It was support for a little while, but we lost it. Smashed that, smashed the 023, smashed the bear market resistance that you can see here. Resistance, and then smashed the resistance here at the 023 as well. A big deal in my opinion. Coming up, consolidating, and you know, continuing up through these levels of resistance. You can see here we've cleanly come up and made a new swing high here, above this one and above this one. And now really looking like we're chopping up in and around this one here. So we're looking very bullish, to be honest. Obviously, you can see very clearly now these bearish divergences are starting to come into play. So I do think a retracement is more likely than not in the short term. Coming back down to some of these levels that we have been talking about on the chart, you can see it very clearly in these areas here like this. You could see we could come down to some of these areas that I have marked out for long positions as well. It's pretty obvious really that coming down to the 038 would be a very nice place to come and retrace to, or further down to this previous key level of support and resistance here, marked by my orange line. You can see this has been respected here. I do think a nice little retracement would be good for Verasity, because obviously we don't want it to get too parabolic, because the correction will probably be quite ridiculous in that instance. We haven't retested any of these key levels that we've broken yet either, which is a bit of a concern. With the bearish divergence as well, I'd probably expect a little bit of a retracement and, you know, at least back testing some levels, at the very least to this key level of resistance and support here. Maybe even a deeper correction down to that 023 Fibonacci would be, you know, appropriate in my opinion. Do something like this, higher high, come down, make a higher low, back testing this 023 and a lot of the structure here, and then getting a bounce up like this. That would be, in my opinion, the ideal scenario for a prolonged rally for Verasity, because obviously if we get too parabolic, we will probably end up getting burned out, and that could easily happen. I've obviously got my long positions ready here, and I also have a short position ready like this as well, if we do end up hitting any of these levels. But really, just like most cryptos right now, as I've been saying the whole time, now that we've got a decent bounce off the bottom of this current, you know, bearish trend that we've seen for crypto in general, we're waiting for more confirmations of a bull market, but it's looking pretty good at the minute, isn't it, to be honest? We're basically just trading off Fibonacci levels, because they are getting respected pretty well for most cryptocurrencies. So really, just got a long position waiting on the 038 here, and I've got a short position waiting on the 050. And we'll wait and see what happens, but I do think with the bearish divergence, we're running out a little bit out of steam. Bitcoin also has a big bearish divergence on it as well. So if we do see a little correction in the market, these are the levels that I'll be looking at down here. If we do get the continued overextension to the upside for Verasity and a continued rally, then we'll probably be looking at hitting up towards that 050. But if we just take a quick look at the hourly time frame, I do think that there's probably a bit of credence to the argument that we were kind of coiling up like this. Again, for Verasity looking something like this, and maybe this is the, as you can see from the chart here, you've got your coil, you've got your breakout back test of that previous resistance as support. And if we do, you know, you could easily see a continued overextension here. It's basically just your key, your breakout, your back test continuation. That could also happen in the short term for Verasity, couldn't it? So overall, still feeling very bullish and fairly optimistic on the markets in the mid to long term. But in the short term, also feeling quite bullish now as well. So we'll wait and see what happens next. But that would be my analysis for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.